from a fire hose. Never a dull moment, but yes, you'll hear the stories you won't hear anywhere else, and we appreciate you being here with us for them today. I'm Justin Barclay. It's another day and another Maha update. Our good friend Maha Missy with us, and some stories that you're going to want to hear, whether it's Maha and Trump watching what you wear, watching what you eat. We've heard RFK Jr. talk about some of that stuff, but watching what you wear, how music can help heal in ways that most have never even begun to imagine, and so much more coming up today. Thank you, Missy, for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us.
Thanks for having me. Beautiful sunny day here in Michigan. Love it.
Soaking up the sunshine. That's probably the best thing we can do. One of the things that I will mention, and this latest story is one that I think is of a concern for a lot of people, and there's a number of reasons why I think this is happening. Maybe you can tell us what you think you see happening as well. But I've noticed that since, matter of fact, I'm down. I should probably say down 40 pounds. My wife is down 40 pounds. I have more energy than ever before, and over 40. But to be honest with you, the scale is one thing, but all these other changes that so many people talk about when they talk about how their lives have been transformed, and you see, the before and after pictures are great. We deal with this. Missy, by the way, and the crew at My Pure Health Solutions can walk you through all that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But one thing that we hear, along with the getting off the medications, getting off the sleep app machine, and all this other stuff, is you hear people talking about, my goodness, I have so much more energy and I sleep so well at night. Isn't that something? So
Well, your metabolism. Here's the thing: most people don't know that their metabolism. If you're struggling to lose weight, that means your metabolism has been turned off by systems on the inside that have kind of just stopped functioning the right way. And when those systems stop functioning the right way, your health is going to suffer. I mean, blood pressure, that's going to be a given, because your body's struggling. The systems on the inside are struggling. So when you repair the metabolism and you turn that metabolism back on, it's no different than giving that car outside in your driveway that maybe hasn't had a tune-up in 25 years. You give it a tune-up and that old Bessie's just chugging right down the highway like she used to, no spitting and sputtering anymore. Just like you put the gas down and it goes. That's what happens on the inside of your body when we take care of it naturally. Your body responds and it heals from the inside out. And that's just a natural consequence. You feel better. Your energy's up, and you look great. You look good.
Well, reason I bring that up is one of the stories we have from the day. Is from, in fact, I think it's a Telegraph that has this, but lack of sleep is fueling a cancer surge in people under 50. And this is a whole nother thing that I don't think people really take into consideration, is how important that sleep is. And so when you're getting better sleep, because of these changes that are going on in your body, you're literally being changed from the inside out. It's an inside job. They're talking about this quite a bit, but this is a whole nother piece of this. What are they finding when they're saying people that don't get good sleep have another Is it because our body doesn't go through that process of cleansing? There's a whole thing that happens when you go to sleep that your body just cleanses itself out.
Absolutely. We'll think about this. Think about when you're driving down the road at nighttime and you see the nighttime crew that's outside, and and they got the lights up and they're doing all this repair work because it's easier to do the repair work while there's hardly anyone on the road, right? That's kind of smart. The body does the same thing. This is so cool. What happens when we go to sleep? We have a repair crew that goes in and they start to perform their job, because their job is to heal and repair the DNA while you sleep. So that way there aren't any problems later on in life, because your DNA is I mean, we got to keep that up. So as we sleep at nighttime, we don't realize there's a repair crew going on the inside, and it's boosting as the cleaners, the maintenance crew is going through your body, taking care of all the bad things that happened throughout that day, repairing the DNA, which is going to allow your immune system to stay high, which is a key thing, because if your immune system goes low, opportunists come out. And so anyway, so your immune system is super important, but then at the other time, we don't really think about our body has a rhythm, and it's called the circadian rhythm. And it's just kind of like, think of a grandfather clock. I mean, the cogs in the wheel are all doing the right thing in order for the hand to go around, the hour hand to go around. The body's the same way. And so when we get out of rhythm, the circadian rhythm gets out of joint, this is going to have a severe impact on your hormones. So your hormones go out of whack a little bit. Your melatonin isn't firing off the way it should be. Insulin, cortisol, growth hormones. I mean, there's a lot going on as we sleep at night. We just don't think of it like that, but it's an amazing process. And think about, I mean, if you look at, like, I'm guilty of this myself. I mean, if you go back, 20 years ago, I probably was falling asleep reading a book. Now we've got Netflix on, and I'm scrolling through my phone, getting a little bit irritated by the news because of, like, the Corey Brooks kind of people are out there on Twitter, and it's just like frustrating, and that elevates your cortisol, which is the last thing that your body needs after enduring a very hard day being awake.
It really is interesting to see this. And again, more and more people are waking up to some of the issues that they're seeing and with the problems that they can cause. And everything's connected. The hormones.
Everything's connected. We've never been taught
information. Yeah. I'm again, like when you getting healthy from the inside out, right? You're making changes that are much bigger than just watching the scale move. This is something that is going to impact you for years.
Yeah, it's an inside story. We've never thought about our bodies having the ability to heal and repair. We just have to. And I talk to a lot of people. Most people, the medical model, the nurses and the medical model, they didn't ever have the opportunity to learn the information that I talk about. And it wasn't their fault they didn't learn it, because somebody chose what they were going to learn and what they were never going to learn, which is unfortunate. Again, it's a lot of fake news. I mean, the diet industry is fake news, because that diet industry, they don't have to change their message. Their marketing is brilliant. They make $90 billion a year on the most obese nation in the world, and we can still are the most obese nation in the world. And it's because the diet industry is never fixing the problem on the inside. It's an inside story that needs to have attention. And so everyone needs a customized approach, and that's what we do. And I've got a awesome Happy Birthday America, 250 years of America's birth, where we're celebrating with 25% off your protocols, customized protocols to turn that metabolism back on and get you off medication. Get you
25% off. Healthwithjustin.com, 269-964-4044. If you want to reach out, healthwithjustin.com, the best way to do. By the way, Annette says she's going to be reaching back out. She reached out last week, so make sure we follow. You can follow up with her, because there's so many people that are so excited about trying to, finally wanting to make the change. And of course, yes, you're going to feel better because you're going to 2-3 pant sizes down. You're going to look good in your clothes and all that. Those are all great things. Maybe you got some weddings you got to go to this summer. I don't know what it is. But look, I understand probably more than anybody else, because I've gone through it and I've seen it now. And I've got friends that have gone through it and seen it. The changes that happen in your body are pretty incredible. In fact, when you're doing it the right way, more than ever. Speaking of which, there's a new story out here about the shot.
Oh, yeah.
Changing people's brains. And I don't know. To me, that makes it even more scary. How scary was it as we went through the last several years and back in the pandemic ages, right? When we were talking about jabs and pokes and brains changing. And look, I mean, all of that stuff we were so concerned about, but people are running out to grab one of these. And to me, it's just so it's horrifying.
Sure. They're putting a synthetic, man-made substance that was never designed to enter the body. And because they got good packaging, they got good support behind the system with the pharmaceutical models and, again, the industry. I mean, in order to push a product like that, you have to have deep pockets to promote it and advertising. I mean, I know I've been a business owner for 29, 30 years, and it costs money to advertise. Well, they've got billions and billions of dollars to advertise, to get it out there, to make people feel like that shot is normal. That shot is not normal. That shot is going in, the injection, the substance that's going inside this body. We talk about this. I mean, oh my gosh, I think every week there's a new, like, what the heck is it doing on the inside of the body? With the brain, it's attacking because the brain, you have, when people eat, your dopamine, when we eat, we're rewarded. I mean, the dopamine levels are flying, especially when I ask for more chips and salsa. I'm like, yes, you just eat dopamine, the reward center. Well, because that reward center, they're not being rewarded with food anymore because they don't have any hunger. So since they don't have any hunger, they're becoming like apathetic. So they're just like, food. Well, guess what? It's like, husband, kids, the job. It's impacting everything. Well, it's impacting a lot more things.
Here's the part that got me. Okay, so I want to just read this to you, because this is the thing that says it's most, because, like, I think the Washington Post and some of these people are pushing this story like, oh, look at this amazing story. Look what this thing is doing.
Yeah.
Well, take a listen. They say Ozempic was supposed to be a gut story. Then Alison Shapiro looked at the brain scans. The assistant professor at University of Colorado, she was part of a team studying 13 teens and young women with a hormonal disorder affecting the ovaries who were put on GLP-1 drugs as part of the testing to catalog the effect of the medication on their bodies. Again, these are guinea pigs. People don't realize it, but you're a guinea pig in this situation. She was astonished to find the extensive changes. With only a few months, the brain connections in the salience network, which helps target attention, had multiplied. Here's the part that I think should horrify everybody, okay? We didn't expect to see this effect, and we really don't know what it means.
No.
How many people are out there running around? And again, this is one of those side effects, right? This is one of those things. Now, look, folks, I want people to get help. I want you to get results. I want you to be healthy. I don't think anybody of us really could argue with that. But when you're in this uncharted territory, it's kind of like the data center thing, as I mentioned. Like, we know that data centers are important. We know that this AI race is important. Trump has made that point. But we really ought to exercise extreme wisdom and discernment as we move forward in these fields to make sure that we're doing the right things.
Sure.
That's the same situation here. Let's make sure that we've got all the facts before we act.
I agree, because I saw a guy the other day that I've known for a long time, and known him pretty well, and I ran into him, and he just didn't look the same. I mean, he just looked off. Something was off. His eyes were off. Everything was off. And I learned a few hours later that evening, I was like concerned about him. I called my business partner. I'm like, what's going on with him? She said the doctor put him on Ozempic for his type 2. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like going, because he looked like a zombie. He just looked flat. And this man is normally a bubbly personality kind of person. He's just flat. And what we're seeing taking place inside his body, because he did come in to see us, and it's not good. I mean, because we have advanced wellness technology that allows us to scan the human body and look at the 2,800 systems that are controlling the metabolism. Your pancreas is on there. Your dopamine is there. Neurologically, your neurotransmitters all play a massive role in whether or not your metabolism is working or not. So when I tell people it's not your fault you can't lose weight, it's also not your fault that you probably are having these massive mood swings going back and forth. You feel like you're Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and you don't know why. It's because of all the chemical noise on the inside of the body that is just firing off your God-given body because there's so much junk inside of it that's it's just confusing the body. And I'm sorry for these people that are on these shots. I don't know. I mean, what kind of conversation we're going to be having in another year or 5? Where are they? Are they alive? Because right now, I don't know about everybody around me. I mean, I think I cry every day now because every day I'm finding somebody else I love is dead. They're
We're
dead.
hearing quite a bit of this died suddenly, and you know the rising cancers, the issues with memory,
Yeah.
and also like people are talking about personalities, as you mentioned, personalities changing.
Sure.
This is wild, and I want to take you back because this just shows you. Theo Vaughn had Dr. Peter McCullough on the other day on his program.
Yep.
And they walked through something which is, we talked about this as it was happening. I remember talking with the health department director in Kent County as this was all going down, talking about people smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew early on, that this was a thing because it wasn't impacting people that were smoking in places like China.
Right.
China. And I thought, wow, what is it? This is who you would think that a respiratory issue would affect, and it did not.
Was there anybody who was immune to like any genetics or demographics or cultures that were immune to COVID-19?
There's one adult group, you're going to laugh, but there's one adult group, but no specific ethnicity or culture, but you're going to laugh. Smokers.
Mm-hmm.
Smokers couldn't get it?
They got it very mild cases.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get long COVID. You know why?
Why?
Because smokers maintain a level of nicotine in the bloodstream. They actually smoke frequently enough. Blood nicotine blocks the spike protein as it's interfacing with the nicotinic acetylcholine receptor.
What is wild about this? And they go on to talk about treatments. And even if people are dealing with long COVID now, one of the things that McCullough talks about is these nicotine patches. And I've heard biohackers and other people talk about specifically in a pure form of which that's been helpful for people for years. By the way, Jessica in the chat, and I'm not suggesting that you start smoking or pick up a pack a day habit anytime soon or anything, but Jessica said, I smoke and I never got COVID. Isn't that something?
Right.
It just goes to show, though, that there are so many things that are.
Yeah.
Maybe
I chew nicotine gum. I mean, I don't smoke. I mean, yeah, I've chewed it. And my brother kind of ADHD. It's amazing for people with ADHD.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Wow. And this patch thing, I tell you what, I've gotten so many rotten tomatoes thrown at me throughout the last several years because I've been talking about this nicotine thing. To break it down, I love Dr. Peter McCullough, but to break it down is that the COVID vaccine, when it goes in your body, there's these, let's say, viral fragments. So it produces this thing. It goes inside the body, and what this fragment is doing is it's occupying a parking spot in your body, lots of parking spots in your body that are needed for your autonomic system. Your body to like blink your eyes. You don't think about blinking your eyes. You don't think about your heart beating. You don't think about swallowing. So the COVID remnants are taking up important parking places in the body. Nicotine likes the same parking space, and nicotine has a bigger, louder voice, so to speak, and it bumps the spike protein out of the parking spot, and then it comes in and takes its place, and the body absorbs it, and the body likes it. It's a natural thing for your body. So because I was trying to figure out, like, how can I explain what it's doing? Because a lot of these doctors use like big words and it doesn't make any sense. Just think injection is bad boys are all taking up all the important, prime time real estate parking spots in your body. Nicotine patch, you put it on, it's going to give a slow nicotine, absorbs through your body. So it's a continuous mechanism. Having smokers, people that do chew nicotine gum like myself, that's not a constant thing. But with the patch, it's going in and it's literally bumping out all the spike proteins, getting rid of them, and then your immune system's going to sweep them right out the door. So that's what I want to do. I mean, not start smoking, but I'm just saying, and because I did, I had, I not start smoking. I mean, no, but I did. I had,
Yeah.
matter of fact, Charity, my business partner, her
Mhm.
husband was sick. I mean, he had COVID. I want to say he was just like sick for like about 30
Mm.
days straight. Charity caught it, and then it bumped out of it in like less than like 5 days. Well, Andy's thought that's kind of weird, and like, what are we doing different than the other company? You know, she might chew gum too, but anyways, she might. But anyway, so Andy's like, I'm gonna go try that nicotine patch. No joke. He put the patch on. 24 hours later, it was gone.
Interesting.
Suffered for 30 days.
The stories they don't want you to hear, not just watching what you eat and that nicotine gum, but maybe watching what you wear too. This is, I think you sent this to me, Cotton Over Chemicals, how Trump's USDA is making America's fabric
That's right.
great again. Now, I got to tell you, I have personally been looking at not just cotton, but linen is another thing. And for another reason, which we'll kind of tie into and maybe get into our next story, but getting away from the synthetic stuff. And I'm not completely down the rabbit hole just yet. Maybe Missy, maybe you can help us, like nudge me further down a little bit, because so much stuff we wear, like this is obviously it's like nylon or whatever. I don't know what they make it, but I mean, we've heard stories about men who wear underwear that's not, that it's synthetic, and that causes issues with production of being able to reproduce and reproduction. So people switching to cotton and organic
bamboo,
getting rid and away from the chemicals and whatnot. What's happening with the Trump administration with this stuff? Seems like another big one.
Oh, I love this. So basically Trump he's promoting plant, not plastic, because cotton is, shocker, natural. Our polyester, our nylon, and our acrylic clothing, yep, they look great and all that good stuff, but listen, they're spun plastics that come from petroleum.
Yeah.
And so what happens is when you're wearing them, they're and you're sweating and there's friction, your pores are opening up, and these microplastics are going into the bloodstream, and they're like called forever plastics. And so they're going through that bloodstream, and when they're doing that, that is definitely messing up your hormones. Your hormone endocrine system was never designed to even know what a spun plastic was. It's no different than your car. I always go back to the mentality. If you've got a car that doesn't run on diesel and you put diesel fuel in that gas tank of yours, you've got an $8,000 bill on your hand. Because the car wasn't designed to have the diesel fuel in it. This body of ours was never designed to have half of the junk that is going into this body, and we wonder why we're so sick. We wonder why we're so inflamed. We wonder why we're having mood swings. We're wondering why we're insulin resistance. Is because on the inside of the body's under attack by all this stuff. And so even thinking with what do you call it? Stain resistant clothes and wrinkle resistant clothes. Those have been sprayed down with PFAS, which is again the forever chemical. And again, it's just liver, metabolism, hormones. I mean, and you're wondering, you're like, I haven't changed my eating. What am I doing differently? Well, maybe it's been a bio accumulation of finally your body hit a tipping point, because I don't know, I wore that kind of stuff too. And I try to, again, it says, don't go burn your closet down, but be aware the next time you go to purchase something, purchase cotton or linen, because they're organic. And if we want to get into frequencies, they're vibing at a very high frequency, because our body, Nikola Tesla, I'm going to get hot and sweaty over here, because I'm just like, I don't want to say this because people are like, what frequencies? Our body is run on energy. Our body's amazing. And that's not a new age kind of term. The body is electrical, and and when you put static noise inside this system of ours, boy, oh boy, we're going to have a lot of trouble. But the good thing is that the body's so resilient, and it knows how to heal and repair. You just have to know how to communicate and work with it. That's it.
I got to bring us to, speaking of frequency, this next one. why your coworker might be listening to music tuned to 432 hertz.
Yeah.
I've seen some of this.
Yes.
What's this story? I know frequency is a big story for you, but what's the scoop on this?
Okay, so if you go over to YouTube, I mean, you go to YouTube. I mean, I sleep with this every night on my Pandora. But if you type in 432 hertz frequency,
Hmm.
you're gonna hear what sounds like spa kind of music. You know,
Okay.
and it's just a calming, tranquil, like noise, rhythms. It's just music. And so
Okay.
when people are tuning in and listening to 432 hertz frequency, or I mean, again, there's so many stations on Pandora and over on, there you go. What it's going to do it's healing and repairing of the DNA. So again, our body's electrical. So the 432 hertz frequency, our body vibrates with, it loves the sound of it. And what studies are showing, I mean, they've been showing this for a long time, is
Now they turn it down. It's kind of like got the rain going here.
yeah, that one's more rain related, but you can add, so if you're a person that, I wouldn't go to a different one.
You don't like the rain, huh?
No, well, I do.
Let's
Go
try
to
this music.
There you go.
Oh, listen to that. There you go.
Oh yeah. So what happens? The heart down and the cortisol lowers and your blood pressure and everything just gets better. So I tell people, they're like, well, what
Are people listening to this at work though? Because that would like knock me out. Are you kidding me?
that wouldn't, no, that, yeah, I would check your coworker. I'm like, that's what I go to sleep with. I listen to 432 or I listen to 528. 528 hertz frequency is another one of my favorites. But again, sometimes there's a lot of people out there that have these, like, listen to it for 5 hours straight.
How do I know this is real? Because I'm missing. I mean, somebody. I guess it'd be the one playing the role here. But like, how do I know? How do I know this is just not somebody like put this? But look at this. Frequency heals all body damage. Feel God's healing hand. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's healing because our body our cells resonate. Our cells are tuned into our cells. We're just frequencies. And so
take us down the rabbit hole, because now Jessica's getting there and I was kind of thinking about this anyway. What about the church bells?
That's exactly right. So the church bells, and if you go to Google this stuff, they don't confirm it at all, but this has been around for a long time. In the early 1900s, all around the world, all it seems at the same time, everybody started removing all the big bells that these bells were tuned to a specific hertz frequency. So when it rang, and I always think of Pa Ingalls, I always go to Pa Ingalls days. So when Pa Ingalls was like miles away out there on the farm, and he couldn't hear the tune or the noise of the bell, but his body was receiving the frequency, is healing and repairing, so of the DNA. And so again, the smart people back in the day, look at the cathedrals, and we see what happens when you go in. The organs all are in a specific tune, and when certain tunes connect with other tunes, the body it really resonates. And that's where you also notice colors, like the stained glass. I mean, everything everything's been right in front of us, but we've never seen it. We've never seen the way that I think God wanted us to see it, because somebody along the lines screwed up our history books and removed everything. So when they removed the bells, they said we're removing the bells because everyone's going to war, and we need to have, we need to liquefy the bells because we need to make weapons of warfare. Now, they need to remove the bells because of what it was doing when the resonant would go out along the airwaves, and it was healing. Just like, this is a whole nother rabbit hole. When they changed, I'm not really good at knowing what they did, but somebody might in the comments, when they changed music, they distorted even music. So that way, a distortion music, think about like heavy metal and hard rock. I mean, I've been there, done that, love it. I mean, it's fun, but now when I'm around it, I just like, like, it's just like, it's strife. It feels like strife to me. maybe because I'm in my, almost 60. So I'm like, just give me peace and tranquility. But yeah, I mean, music's always affected our bodies, and we just have never thought about it like that.
It's so strange. I want to dig into it a little bit further so that I can understand it. I've seen this stuff on the surface.
Yeah.
It kind of floats by, and I'm like, all right, Missy, what exactly is this? We're going to have to go through and do a little digging, I think. But you've started us down sort of a beautiful rabbit hole on all of this. It really is cool. That's what this Maha movement thing is all about. People trying to get healthier. They're taking these things more seriously, and obviously taking our health back, taking the country. These are all things that we've got to do. And of course, it all starts with you, right? Not just in your own backyard, but right in your own home and your body. And boy, oh boy, people are feeling it. And I tell you, now it couldn't be a better time for the anniversary, 250th anniversary of the birthday of this nation. You get 25% off of the protocols in the program at healthwithjustin.com that Missy and the Maha crew have put together for you there at My Pure Health Solutions. A free consultation, get the body scan. They mail everything out to you. You don't have to do anything like in person. It's all one-on-one, virtually, basically. You can do it anywhere in the world. Yeah. If you want to call them today or go online to healthwithjustin.com, 269-964-4044. Again, 25% off for Justin listeners, and do it today, because if you got a wedding coming up that you class reunion, or maybe you just want to feel good when you're at the beach or the pool this summer, reach out today, and you won't believe how good you can feel. And folks are seeing that. They're seeing all the great results, getting off the medications that we've heard quite a bit about.
Health is health freedom. Yeah. I mean, if you're on medication, you're part of the system. I want to get you off. I want your body healed, repaired, so you can live a long, healthy life and enjoy those grandkids and family, and like we were supposed to.
I think people here like lose 20 to 28 pounds in 40 days for women, 35 to 50 for men, 2 to 3 pounds. I think they hear that, and it's like, it's a number. It's cool and everything. Sure. But I don't think you can put a number on how good you feel, like, and what a difference things can make for you. But I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart, Missy, because it's not just me, but Mike and so many others that have listened to this program. Mike was just a recent one the other day that came out and said him and his wife have had the same experience Lizzie and I have. And man, it just, the work doesn't go unrecognized. We absolutely, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of it.
Thank you for having me. At platforms like this is like how we spread the word.
Absolutely. Well, we continue.
Yes.
To do that moving forward, folks. Healthwithjustin.com. Thank you, and God bless. Back with more in another Maha moment next week.